There's a dog in here!
Will runs a YouTube channel called Will's Whereabouts, where he documents camping and outdoor adventures across the UK. On this particular night, he decided to try something risky: solo stealth car camping in the woods near Box Hill. The idea is simple: find a hidden spot, park your car, stay completely unnoticed. The spot was perfect. No roads, no trails, no human presence anywhere near him. The forest was silent enough to sleep in until the silence broke.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much sleep tonight.
These don't sound like animals. They're not the wind or branches either. They sound like people, voices echoing through the trees around his car, and that's what makes it unsettling. Will says he was completely alone when he parked. He hadn't seen anyone for hours, and his car was hidden far off the path. So if he was tucked away in the dark, who was out there making those sounds?
Oh, fuck.
This comes from a channel called Creepy Outdoors. The name pretty much tells you what you're getting into. The creator seeks out isolated camping spots, the kind of places that already feel unsettling before the sun goes down. On this trip, he returned to a location he'd camped at several times before. He kept coming back because of the atmosphere: thick woods, total seclusion, the kind of setting that reminded him of the Blair Witch Project.
I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn, this is just giving me Blair Witch Project vibes.
He settled into camp and decides to explore a bit further into the forest. It's the middle of the night, dead quiet, the kind of silence that makes every small noise feel amplified. Then he hears something, a sound that immediately puts him on edge. It's not wildlife. It's not branches breaking or wind moving through the trees. It's something he can't explain, and it's way too close for comfort.
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. That was fucking creepy. I need to get out of here.
You can hear it in his voice. That's genuine confusion mixed with alarm. He knows this area. He's been here before. But whatever just made that sound, it wasn't supposed to be there. It's a stark reminder that even in familiar territory, the woods at night hold things you can't predict or control.
There's a dog in here!
Sort of Interesting is run by Dan, who's into wild camping. Bivvy bags, stealth setups, remote spots across the UK. This night he'd already had dinner at home and decided to head out for a quick solo camp. His third bivvy trip in 8 days. He'd been watching some extreme stealth camping videos and figured he'd try wading through tall grass and ferns to find a hidden clearing. The plan was simple: go light, set up fast, disappear into the landscape.
Okay, so I am definitely concealed, although that might only count if I'm about 2 feet from the ground at most. So I'm just going to have a quick scout around this area for somewhere that's a little clearer, to put maybe my basic ground sheet poncho down. But this is already quite amusing and humorous an activity to try and do. Wish me luck.
He finds a spot in some tall grass, surrounded by ferns and trees. The cover isn't great, he can barely sit without being visible, but it'll work for one night. He lays out his poncho, sets up the bivvy, and settles in. But right away, things aren't quiet. Dog walkers, chainsaws echoing across the valley, crows overhead. He even runs into someone while heading back to his site. So much for staying hidden. Eventually, darkness falls and things calm down. He zips into the bivvy, feeling that low-to-the-ground invisibility that comes with this kind of camping. He figures the night's done. Then this happens.
I might be going absolutely mad here. I swear there's been like a firefly. I'm gonna shut up. I can hear... I think I can hear footsteps. I can't... I am keeping an extreme low profile right now. I think that the laser was coming from the far side of the trees, but I'm not 100%. I don't think it was actually aimed at me. I think it was just shining a laser for the sake of it. But it's certainly woken me up a little bit. But to be honest, it's been quiet for about 10 minutes now, so I'm not too worried. There's a dog in here!
He's lying there, half asleep, when bright lights come at him. Someone's right there, shining a flashlight and what looks like a laser straight at his tent. In that moment, the only thing he can think to yell is, "There's a dog in here." He goes from asleep to completely wired in about 1 second. The upside of a minimal setup is you can pack in under 2 minutes. Grab and go. He's out of there fast. Third bivvy trip in 8 days, and it ends like that. What makes this unsettling is how it breaks the unspoken code of wild camping. You're out there trying to have a quiet night, and someone actively hunts you down with lasers and lights. Was it locals, teenagers, something else? Either way, Dan did the right thing. When something feels off, you leave. Sometimes that's the smartest move you can make. Harbor Explore documents wilderness trips. Simple stuff. Hiking, camping, the kind of videos people put on in the background. This time, though, he and his friend Sharu were out in Bindari National Park, and what they came across turned into something completely different. It wasn't just the discovery itself. It was what happened in that spot years earlier. The whole thing still sticks with me.
There's no footprint, so that's a dog print there.
That's a big ass dog.
Yeah, it's the big ones. There's a couple of them. It's a little bit wetter. So look how far in the mud they are.
Did you bring a knife? There's a few fairly decent sized bloody dog prints there. Decent sized animal. Not too concerned about it, but that's why I always carry a knife anyway, just in case.
So they spot the prints, note them, keep moving. Out here, running into wildlife is just part of it. That's why he's got the knife. But as they go deeper, they start seeing cut branches, clean cuts. Somebody's been out here doing something. They hike for about an hour, and that's when they find it.
Alright, here we are. It's a bit weird, eh? It's like a kid's bag there. It's a hiking pack. I can't believe it's still standing. Yeah, so who knows how long this thing's been here. I mean, the body of the fella was found, I think, 2009. So if it is his, I'm not good at maths. What's that? 15 years or so ago. Surely it can't still be standing. I'm gonna have a look around and see what we can find. What is it?
Date of manufacture is 2000, 28th of the 3rd, 2007.
Yeah, right. Bloody hell. So it could be that old, eh? Oh, that's a pair of track pants. Lift the bag up. Wouldn't surprise if there's a bloody small light under there.
It's all orange paint inside it. Do you name on it? Oh, it's a cake wrapper. Is it?
Yeah,
What brand of bag is it?
nothing in it, eh?
Probably check that brand and then see the photo. So check the photo. And then I'll make it. That's pretty nice.
Samoa 85.
So here's what makes this heavy. Around 15 years back, someone found a man's torso in a creek not far from here. That's it, just the torso. Apparently, the guy used to camp out in this park all the time. Remote spots, solo trips. So when they're looking at this tent, abandoned, miles from anything, they start wondering if maybe it was his. The dates check out: 2005, 2007, right around when he disappeared. They're standing there trying to process that when something else happens.
Yeah, it's creepy in here, eh? I don't know, it's just got a weird feeling. I don't know, you probably would have heard on the video just then there was like a horn noise. It was only sounded man-made and it was only 100 metres or so away, so it's pretty much the way we're heading down this waterfall. Yeah, it's pretty bloody eerie if this was the actual tent of the torso that was found. Bloody weird. Alright, we're gonna get out of this creepy spot, head down the creek, find this waterfall, and then we'll jet out of here. Now, just to add another level of creepiness to the tent and the whole story, there's a supposed cult, or yeah, it's a bit of a known story that there's a cult living, bit of a community sort of thing, down the bottom of this creek. Not sure if it's true. Again, just a story, but adds another level to it.
They decide to head back past the tent one more time, then start the hike out. So what happened here? Did he slip during a flood, get pulled into that canyon and never make it out? Or does it tie back to those stories about the cult living somewhere down there? The tent's still there. Nobody's touched it. Whoever set it up came out looking for solitude and never left. The real question is what happened to him.
I mean, if old mate slipped in here somewhere during flood time and got washed down there a little bit, I don't think you'd be able to get out. And that would probably do enough damage to turn you into just a torso, but it's speculation, we don't know that, so. But yeah, it's a gnarly canyon.
This next one's tough to make sense of. Comes from Welcome to the Woods UK, a channel that does exactly what the name says. The guy behind it spends time in British forests doing bushcraft, setting trail cams, wild camping. In this video, he's heading out after a storm to check his cameras, make sure they survive the weather. On his way to the first one, he notices something strange.
We've had one hell of a storm come in here the last couple of days, so I'm just coming in to check the cameras, make sure they're all still okay. We've got no big trees down and all the rest of it. I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old, but it is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. my BK2 next to it. There's another impression up there as well, but this is seriously something worth noting.
The print looks worn, beaten down by the storm, but the shape, what looks like toe marks, suggests someone was out here barefoot in the middle of a British storm. Anyone who's dealt with that kind of weather knows you don't go barefoot unless something's very wrong. He's uneasy, so he sets up a live trail cam right there, one that streams to his phone. If whoever left those tracks comes back, he'll know.
That's all good. I've got the camera. Just sitting at the base of the tree. I'm going to strap it to this part of the tree here, and I'll be able to do a 360 all the way around to keep an eye on the tracks. We're left just there and there, going through this part of the woodland. So hopefully, if this is someone that's coming in here poaching or just plain messing around, this camera should hopefully catch them, and it'll catch them whether they take the camera with them. I'll have footage of it on my phone, straight directly to my phone, permitting the signal's all good. We've got a blue light on there. That's showing me that's got plenty of signal. If you don't mind now, I'm going to get out of here because I've just got a really bad feeling all of a sudden. I think it just might have sketched me out a little bit. I've actually found footprints as well now after all that time has passed. Nothing else has really happened. Right. That is definitely some sort of boot print as well.
From here on, anything that moves through that area sends him an alert. Whether he's home or halfway across the world, he'll get pinged. He leaves it running and waits. A few weeks go by. He comes back for an overnight camp, planning to review the footage. That night, something makes him seriously regret staying.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello? Seeing that the break of daylight was only an hour and a half away, I did decide to pack up and get going quite early. There was nothing more that happened that trip. I must admit I was more concerned that someone was walking around injured or out there hurt. So I did do a full sweep of the woodland on packing up.
The sound initially suggests wildlife, but in the UK there are no elk, no bears, nothing capable of producing a noise like that, which leaves only one possibility, a human, and that raises a chilling question. What was someone doing deep in the woods, in the middle of the night? The answer comes days later, when he checks the trail camera. 3 days after leaving the camp, the footage captures something he wasn't prepared to see.
There was an odd little light that came on the camera one night when I was sitting in bed. I had a notification, it pinged on, and then all there was this funny little orb looking thing up to the middle left hand side. I eventually ripped this off as some sort of bug that had come down. So let's fast forward 3 days post camp that you've just seen. Early Thursday morning at 4:12 AM, this figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? Why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand.
Neither do we. The footage is grainy and the figure's distant, but it's there. Could be a poacher, someone homeless, maybe a prankster messing with cameras, or, and this is a stretch, maybe Bigfoot decided to take a European vacation. Drop your theories in the comments. There's another encounter linked on your screen that didn't end as calmly as this one. Check it out and subscribe for weekly stories that feel a little too real.